Hey, my gorgeous Aries, and I keep saying in this wacky world, I am here to bring you some nice type of wackiness. So, when I sat down, I wanted to go for the animal cards this week. Don't know why, but we're going to see if you change it because I've done 3 readings before yours, and they all got different types of birds. So we're going to see. We're going to see if there's a theme going on between the air signs, fire signs, whatever. Let's have a look. So, Aries, we have... Oh, you've changed it. You've got the zebra. The zebra, whatever. Potato, tomato. Open-mindedness. There is more than one way of looking at things. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. I think something's going to stand out in your face, you know. The zebra does stand out, you know. The poor thing is definitely not camouflaged, is it? I feel like you're going to receive some kind of alternative viewpoint and new idea this week. So we'll see where that goes. You may like the zebra pattern. Time to be open-minded. Being open is going to bring in new things, new ways of doing things. Let's have a look. So, the main energy, Aries, why are you feeling a little bit lost at the minute? We've got rejection, we've got loss, and we've got fragmented. I feel like it's a time, this is definitely a week to kind of pull in those fragments, it's like soul retrieval, which is weird because I went and actually did that on Monday, just gone. I won't go into all that. I am going to dig deeper into that soon enough, but I just don't feel like it's the right time to talk about it. So you may be feeling a little bit lost, a little bit fragmented. So I feel like it's a time to pull yourself back in. Your energy, you know, certain... I feel like some of my Aries are going to be drawn to revisit certain places from their past, like literal places that you could walk to, drive to, whatever. And in that, you know, you are doing a soul retrieval. I feel like you're picking up fragmented pieces this week, Aries. It's a strong energy that I'm getting. My stomach were doing like a flip. Because the challenge is to step out your comfort zone. Well, that's what you're going to do, especially with open-mindedness. You know, stepping out that comfort zone, the things that you've been clinging on to. What have you been clinging on to? I feel like you're revisiting it, and it's almost like, why were I even clinging on to that? Because it doesn't even serve me. It doesn't take me anywhere, you know. So the South Node is your comfort zones. It's everything from the past. So that's the challenge. We need to kind of venture backwards in order to go forwards, and be open-minded about how you get there. So why is this coming around now? Yeah, there's a separation or a longing, but I feel like it's a separation within yourself. If I said to you now, close your eyes and take yourself back to a time where you felt that something literally separated your soul. It could be a traumatic experience. It could be, you know. I feel like this week is about going and taking your power back from that energy. No longer kind of separating from that, but also realising that you can't live separate to that. You know, kind of embracing the past in order to go forward. We embrace it, we love it, we wrap it up, and then we can move forward. Yeah, recent past, you're under no illusions anymore. The rose-tinted glasses have most definitely come off. You know, any seeds of confusion or illusion, they've gone. It's been a massive eye-opener, Aries. You know, you've had some kind of massive eye-opener. I wanted to say 4 years then. So it could be in the last 4 years, or I could be going back to something 4 years ago. 4 years could definitely be significant with an energy of confusion and illusion. Something that you were once confused over You may still feel a little bit confused, but it's like you see that person or you see that place and it all kind of makes sense and we can move on from it. You're pulling something back in. Yeah, this week is definitely a week to focus on your stability, your harmony, your flow. So you may be focusing on your physical self, you know, and that is grounding. So if we focus on our physical self whilst we do that work, you've got that perfect balance because you're grounded enough to kind of venture backwards in order to get that information and that clarity, those fragments. You're bringing it back, so it's time to stay harmonious within yourself. Keep yourself stable and remember that energy flows. So no matter what comes up, allow it to come up and then allow it to flow, you know, allow it to leave. Sometimes we've got to kind of poke the bear in order for something to come up that we didn't realize we were holding on to, if that makes sense. I feel like everyone's doing a lot of shadow work this week. Towards the end of the week, we've got Pluto bringing in a transformation. It's definitely a transformative energy, but you are transmuting energy. You are definitely transforming energy. The zebra, black and white, you know, it's that type of energy. It's that yin-yang, masculine, feminine, dark, light. You know, you are transmuting some kind of energy this week. It's almost like I kind of want to get to like Thursday, Friday, and you know when dust does that? That's what I'm seeing. It's almost like it kind of transmutes out of your body. You releasing something, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, that type of energy. You're laying something to rest. Why have I got animal cards in here in these? Your power is the Ace of Water. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, it's to flow. So you may use water to ground yourself this week, Aries. You may have a strong water sign around you that can help you keep grounded. But I feel like this is more your emotions. Using that water, if you've got water in your chart as well. Using that power that comes with that energy. You are definitely dissolving something from the past, and it is about emotions and allowing things to come up. There's going to be a lot of things flowing. You may feel like aches, pains, that type of thing within the body. I feel like you're releasing trauma that's stored within the body this week. So again, that might be why you are focusing on the physical and doing things and, you know, that type of thing. Have a revisit. Yeah, I keep wanting to say revisiting, because that's going to open you up with that open-mindedness. You know, it's like you've got to be open-minded in order to have faith that stepping back into that energy is going to actually release you and free you from that energy. You know, some of us run a mile from stuff like that, but when it comes to that self-work and that shadow work, we've got to be willing to step back in order to clear it. The outside influence is Mercury. We've got messages, travel and communication. So I do feel there could be an element of travel, but we are in that Mercury post-shadow at the moment, you know, so you're definitely doing the work. That, you know, the Mercury retrograde is definitely having an effect with my Aries. In the hopes and fears position from Spirit, they want you to realise your self-worth, your expectations. How do you expect to feel? How do you expect your life to feel and, you know, be like, and experiences, and how do you expect other people to treat you? You know, that type of thing. Because your outcome is you returning to you, Aries. I love it. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius there. We've got the Ace of Fire. And the Ace of Fire to me is always that airplane with the banner. You know, change your life now. This week is definitely going to be life-changing. Very strong energy this week, Aries. So I shall see you next week. I love you lots and lots and lots. Mwah.